What's going on, guys? Back at it again, another video. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share, and all that good stuff. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you guys a time when they found a shank in our bay, and another case that the drill sergeant directly lied to me in front of the company commander to save his face. That's crazy, right? Stay tuned for more. So this is going to typically happen between 2 to 3 times in a cycle, maybe 4, depending on how bad or crazy your company is, where they do inspections. You're going to get that. Here's the thing, what I was saying in the other video. It's also very important to build some relationships with people in the bay, or people in general, because some people might have more access to information than you. So in our bay, we had a SAS rep, we had other people as well too that kind of knew a lot that was going on within the company. So we already knew collectively that the inspection was going to be coming within 2 days. So we was 2 days in advance knowing it's going to come. We just didn't know what time the inspection is going to be. Was it going to be in the morning, the afternoons, or even in the evening? We kind of thought it was going to be in the afternoons and stuff like that, right before we go to lunch or right after we go to lunch. That's typically the time that the drill sergeant start doing stuff round in, so we kind of think it was in the afternoon. But prior to that, people that had whatever they had time to get rid of what they got, do what they had to do, throw it away, whatever. Bam. So the next morning comes, right? So we go down formation, do our, personnel count, show up for the hit time, all that good stuff, course formation. So we go down there, we see the company commander. That's something that we really don't see a lot during the first formation, like standing out where the first sergeant is at. So we thinking something is kind of up, because now I'm looking around, we see some first lieutenants, we see some more drill sergeants out, walking around a little bit. And prior to that formation, typically people kind of go, best as it was our wash day, we'll have people kind of go down, wash their clothes, stuff like that, before they go formation. Because it's literally right how our bay is. Our bay comes right down here. The laundromat right on the right. Our formation is like right there. So it's pretty much like right there on the way. So one of my friends hit me up, tapped me on the shoulder. Well, he didn't tap me on the shoulder. He kind of whispered my name. He was like, Wilson. I'm like, what's up? Hey, man, can you go with me to the laundry room so I can, do my little 1-2. I need a battle. Go down there. I'm looking around in my head. I'm like, cuz tripping. Cuz tripping. I'm not about to go in there with you when they just about, you can tell they about to do the call for this is gonna be inspections. I'm not about to go around when they walking around. It's gonna make it so obvious. That's why I said, I'm like, bro, it's kind of hot, bro. You kind of gotta, you right there. You kind of like the back end. You might want to just go down there real quick and just hop out, whatever. He's like, all right. So he hop out, step out formation real quick, like he was taking out trash, because it's literally right there. The door is right there next to the trash can. Go in the laundry room, do what you want to do, and got out just in time. So he thinking he good, whatever. Great. All of a sudden, before, like I'm talking about, it was probably within like minutes, within 2 or 3 minutes, because it's just for formation about to hit. Not even exaggerating, I didn't even know we had this many LTs, first LTs at the time. 4 LTs and the company commander walked into the laundry room at the same time. Walk in there. And bro over there, I'm turning around like, bro, you good? He's like, he ain't saying nothing. He kind of like, cracking bricks right now. He was like, you straight? Like, you good? Like, he's like, I don't know, man. They all go in there. They're in there for a little minute. They leave. So they talk to, I look over, I see them kind of talk to little drill sergeants over there. So the lieutenants kind of walk off, and then the company commander walks with the drill sergeants in there. So it was like 2 or 3 drill sergeants. 2 were not from our company. Walk in there. I'm like, oh God, it's about to be something bad. I'm thinking, man, it's gonna be something bad. Some people got some contraband in there. Cause man, it was a big sweep in there. It's a laundry room. Thankfully, nobody was in there. They ain't say nothing. So he, breath fresh air, he good. So the company commander does her announcement saying, hey, we're doing an inspection, blah, blah, blah. Main thing they were saying they were looking for was just like contraband, not contraband, obviously contraband, but like drugs, weapons and stuff like that. Well, mainly drugs like the cocaine and stuff like that. They really had a big obsession with cocaine. Even with the drug test, like you got meth, cocaine, they looking for that in your system. Little weed, they ain't gonna really trip on you, but cocaine, they really looking for that. They own that. So that's what they were mainly looking for. So they kind of did the inspection, the bay by bay, whatever. So we the fourth bay. So I think we last or whatever. So it's finally our time. So we upstairs, we at total lines. So we all sitting there super quiet. No one saying nothing. It's like a pin can drop. Very intense. All of a sudden, everybody walk in, company attention. Bam, commander walk in there with the drill sergeant. It was 2 LTs in there. It was 2 LTs. Most of the drill sergeants, our drill sergeants was in there, and of course our drill sergeant was in there. But mainly, most of the drill sergeants, other platoons was there. Probably at least, I don't know, it was 5 drill sergeants. 5 drill sergeants, 2 LT, and the company commander, plus our, including our drill sergeants as well too. So it's 3 or 4. So how they did it was we stand next to our bay. You got your monkey and your roommate, your monkey, whatever, right there. They're next to you, and then they'll roll right next to you. Say, hey, this your, I'm gonna do special, blah, blah, say who you are. You go, this your locker. They go through it. So they going through people's lockers on both sides. People have little stuff, nothing crazy. People clean. But before I even do that, you get an amnesty period, right? You get an amnesty period. So everybody that had some stuff, you got one chance to kind of toss on there, no fault, no foul, right? So everybody started dumping their stuff on the kill zone. People that got kind of scared. So one of my friends had dumped the ice hot patch on there. So not icy hot, but little heat patches or whatever. And I'm like, that's not contraband at all. You should be good, whatever. But he dumped them in there, whatever. But that should be contraband, but whatever. I'm gonna tell you why. What I mean. Well, I'm gonna tell you why after the fact. So they doing little inspections or whatever. Everything all good. Our drill sergeant kind of sweeping through the. I think he about to do all of our inspections. So he kind of going through the front people. He kind of going through their stuff real fast. They're good. On our end, we got the real particular drill sergeant on the back because my last name Wilson. So we on the back end. It's kind of by name order type deal. So let's go from R's all the way to W's. So R's in the front, W's in the back. So I'm in the W. So we got this one particular female drill sergeant. She real particular. She cool though, but she real particular. Real analytical based. So she comes up to mine. She looks, she does a little whatever. She goes in there. So I had some cough drops in there, and also my mom had sent me some elderberries, right? So I'm not thinking nothing of it, I'm already snapped most of them down. So the the drill sergeant asked me, he was like, "What's this?" I'm like, "It was some elderberry cough drops, whatever." She looked at the ingredients. It was contraband. It had sugar in there. I'm like, oh, mama, oh my God, mama, why would you get me this? Only reason why, because I didn't ask for, only asked for cough drop. My mom put the elderberries on there. But it was a harmless mistake because I didn't think it was nothing to it, like sugar or whatever. I'm like, that's whatever. Whatever, she put it on top of the bag, on the top of the thing, and then that, whatever. Then, I had some heat patches. It was patches that warm your body up type deal, right? She this contraband. I'm like, no, it's not. The drill sergeant, my senior drill sergeant said it was good to go. I had them in my civilians. I took them out, and he said I was good. No, you're not. She called the drill sergeant. My drill sergeant, and the company commander come over here. And I kind of told him. I said what it was. I ain't say what it was. I'm like, hey, this is not contraband. I had is in the thing in my bag. He said it was good. First thing he said, nope, I ain't say that. I ain't say that at all. I don't even know what he's talking about. I'm like, he trying to make me look. I see what he did. Because at the beginning, when you get your bag and stuff, you get a closet to put all your civilians in there. So all the stuff that you can't use, it goes in the bag. But if you need to access it or whatever, you gotta ask the drill sergeant for permission. And anything that comes out there, they gotta inspect it. So I had a couple books. I remember exactly what I had in there. I had 2 textbooks. One was non-military based. I had a Ranger handbook, and I had my a little psychology book Bam. I had the I had some rubber bands. I had some deodorant. I just forgot. I need an extra one. I had that, the icy patches, and then I had my do-rag, like a black tall do-rag, whatever. You know, bald headed, but it is what it is. It was kind of cold, so I needed some warmth for my head. It's super cold in there. I'm not gonna lie to you. So he let it go in there, but I ain't think nothing. Like, I'm thinking we good. So they said I got contraband for that. So they send my stuff off, whatever. So as it continues, we had another guy. It was like a little Mexican dude. He like small, like 18 years old, like small, barely spoke, whatever. All you hear is, "What is this?" Dog. He had a shank. Like it was like a long tip, black. It had like paper towels, like a napkin on there, wrapped up. It looked like this right here. It looked like this right here. It long, like tip was about this long, like this. It was like a black tip, and this was the handle was a little smaller, so it was probably like this big, like that. Like, get rid of this, it was like this. And we looking, everybody looking like, bro, what the heck? Because imagine, he's super quiet, he doesn't talk at all, and nobody really bothers him at all. So I'm like, why cuz got a shank? Everybody looking like, what the fuck is that, a shank? It was like, I don't know what he said. God's my witness. I don't know what he said, but they put it back in his locker. But I'm not exaggerating. It looks just like this, but straight point. It looked like a shank, sharp, whatever. But I don't know. I ain't know what it was. But they let him go back in there. I'm like, what in the world? So people can put shanks back in their locker, man. But I don't know what he said, what it was. But I swear to God, it looked just like this, sharp, round, everything. Looked just like that. Looked crazy. So we had another person. It was a Chinese guy, whatever. Barely spoke English and everything. He was new to America, probably like 3 months in. So we pretty much good. We didn't have that much contraband, except for my little two things. People had like little small stuff, whatever. Good to go. So all of a sudden he gets to Kim. We seeing like he getting. I'm saying, I'm not even exaggerating. He had all this. He had another locker that no one knew about. So he had all his civilians. He had medicine. He had, because I know he had TB. He had test positive TB, so they gave him the TB pills. He had that, and then he had another prescription medicine that wasn't documented, but it was his prescription on there. So they made that a big deal. He's like, "What is this? Why you got this in here?" So they thinking it's like drugs, like hard drugs, because the way it looked. So they was like, "No, he's speaking in like Mandarin English, broken English and stuff like that." He's like, "No." So they had to they had to get one of the lieutenants come here, go and verify some stuff on there. It was crazy. Like, I don't know what it was, but he ended up being cleared. But he had all the civilians out, everything, but he didn't get in trouble or nothing like that. They told us to put his civilians in the room, in the civilian closet, in the civilian bag. So we actually had the second cleanest bay as far as contraband and everything, right? Second cleanest, I think it was second. The girls, on the other hand, because it was funny, because with the girls, they was talking so much mess, like the drill sergeant, like, "Oh, the guys, y'all need to clean up, y'all dirty," stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, all this stuff. The girls that come in, chime in, like, oh, because they come in, they don't go in their bay to do anything in there. Like, they'll come in our bay, like they gotta like clean weapons or whatever. They'll come in our stuff, talk mess about how our bed's not made a certain way, blah 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 blah, all that stuff. Man, they bay was disgusting. Based on what we heard and what was reiterated back to us, they had tampon stuff and stuff in the napkin stuff. They had stuff was dirty. They had pee in the toilet. They had extra blankets. They had extra pillows. It was so bad in there that they got kicked out their apartment. Not their apartment. They got kicked out their bay. So when you go in there, they got evicted. So all their stuff was laid out in outside in a platoon and stuff like that. We looking at them laughing because they were talking so much mess about every time they come in our bay, like how messy our stuff is. But then they the only bay that failed inspections. The only bay. And it was hilarious. But I would say in general about but here's the thing about it, like, so what made me mad about on my end was that, like, after the fact, after they finished our inspections, right, the first lieutenant walked up on me and was like, oh, are you such and such, like, blah blah blah, blah, like a couple of people. He was like, hey, sign here. I'm like, what am I signing? He's like, oh, it's nothing, just sign right here. I'm like, signing what is it? Then he said, he's like, oh, because we just want to confirm that you had confirmed this is you, that we did find 2 pieces of contraband in your thing. So I'm about to get counseling. I'm like, bro, I'm really about to get counseling, bro. Like, for real, I'm really about to get counseling for that. And here's the thing, the other guy who did it, and oh, here's what got worse. Also, too, I forgot. They took my my patches, right? My company commander is, I don't like to say what I want to say. I ain't gonna say what I want to say. She's wearing my patches and talking mess about our, like, a contraband. Like, they took the contraband and they're putting it on, and so if it was candy or food, they're eating it in front of our faces. If it's something that they can put on or whatever, they're wearing it as they're talking mess about it. So she's wearing my patches on her foot, in her leg, and everything. Like, oh, I can't wait to use these when I go out in the field, stuff like that. Took all my patches. I'm talking, I had a big pack of, like my stack was like this big of patches, of heat patches. And then took Buddy stuff. He got a counseling as well too, even though he put his stuff in amnesty period. And then, like, and he had to fight off that. So when they leave, I walked up to the senior drill sergeant, like, or whatever. I'm like, bruh, senior drill sergeant, like, you know, like, what you said was kind of false. Like, I went up because I was mad. I'm like, bro, that was real faulty, like, you do that. Like, I'm being real. I don't care what you say, like, I'm at the end of the day, like, I get it, the dynamic between, like, trainees and all that stuff. It's like, bro, like, you really gonna lie to me, like, to the company commander like that? Like, you know that you told me I can bring it in. Like, you know that was the case. And he know he was lying about it. So people was kind of refuting their cases as well too, about them not getting a counseling. Cause in the same case, bro had a whole shank. Bro had a shank. But we didn't say that though, but we had a whole shank and he didn't get no counseling or nothing for having that on him. And then the girls had some issues about counseling too, because they had, like, extra blankets. Some had different color like panties. It was something weird that they had like the wrong colors of panties or something, or hair rag or something crazy, and they got a counseling for it or something. It was like unauthorized, like, undergarments or something or whatever. So they was fighting that off. So he knew it was a bogus room inspection and stuff like that. So he knew he was lying on me. So he threw my counseling out the way. And I think in total, people, I think it was probably like 17 people. I think, I could be wrong with this number, got initial counseling. I think only one stuck, 1 or 2 maybe stuck in general. So, cause it was real faulty and bogus. But that was my experience with the inspections and stuff like that during basic training. I thought it was bogus, but I understand where they came from. But just make sure that if you guys have something that's questionable, make sure that when in doubt, just kind of conceal it or get rid of it or whatever. But at the end of the day, like, be wearful of people's word, because you may not have a drill sergeant that's cool like that, in the sense of, like, even though he did lie, he did kind of, like, threw our counselors out the window because he knew what he did was bogus. But you may not be lucky to have a drill sergeant that's going to do that, because he knew he was bogus, like I was saying before, that actually will stick to his lie and stuff like that. So if you have any confirmation of things that you was reiterated, make sure you do have someone as a witness to hear what was reiterated, because at the end of the day, it's his word or her word versus yours. And whoever's a higher authority, like an NCO or a lieutenant or whatever like that, they gonna take their word over yours, especially if you like a junior enlisted, a trainee or something like that, because you can get in real trouble for that. So like I said in other videos, make sure you have a battle buddy with you when anything reiterated, because like I said, it's their word versus yours. You're gonna lose most of the time. I have another story about that as well too. But let me know what you guys think. If you guys been too basic already, tell me what your experience like when you had inspections, or what was some crazy stories that y'all had, or if you guys are ready to go to basic training or whatever like that. So hit the subscribe button and I'm out. Go on.